Hello, Christine Byer here, licensed master esthetician for about 18 years, and today is day 2. I'm doing a 12-day home microcurrent challenge. So yesterday was my first day, and I was inviting people to play along with me. Grab your home use microcurrent machine and let's go. I will be using 2 minis because it's just faster, and I have them, so why not? Because I get this question all the time, is mixing modalities with microcurrent and particularly LED. So you absolutely can do both on the same day, no problem. I would always make sure you do microcurrent last because you are lifting muscles and you're wanting them to stay where you left them. So you don't want to do anything to relax the muscles afterwards, right? So microcurrent is always last. With the exception of if you microneedle, that might hurt. So I would probably do microneedling on an entirely different day. Although if it's like really superficial microneedling, like a 0.25, 0.3 for product penetration and your skin is tough as nails, you can do that. It's just if you have a thinner skin type and you try to do microcurrent on essentially open skin, you're gonna feel it. So microcurrent and LED, you would do LED first, followed by microcurrent. If you wanted to do radio frequency, you would do radio frequency first, followed by microcurrent. If you wanted to do your Genu or any other ultrasonic machine, you would do ultrasonic first, followed by microcurrent, appeal first, followed by microcurrent. So whatever you're doing, it gets done first, and microcurrent is done last to seal in the lifted muscles. I don't know how else to describe it, but we want them to stay there. This is day 2. I'm going to 12 days, and I originally did this because when I first started doing microcurrent, it was always the rule of thumb, anybody over 50 gets 12 treatments, right? And we would do 2 treatments a week, 2 pro treatments a week for 6 weeks. And I was like, why? Okay, it takes 72 hours for the entire microcurrent session to filter through and do all the processes that's gonna do. But I'm like, microcurrent is so gentle, you could do it every day and you would be fine. And I'm not talking about 2 hours of microcurrent a day. I'm talking about a 20-minute session, a 40-minute session for 12 days, and not overdoing it and just having some fun with it. And I did that first one, it was with my pro machine, and this was a couple of years ago. So my skin looked great. It looked like I had done a series of 12 over 6 weeks. And so I was like, well, let's just do microcurrent every day, why not? And so I kind of like to mix up my mists, and you can do a gel, brush it on, whatever you use, the gel that comes with the mini, or however you want to do it. You can even use water with a pinch of sea salt. I would probably do spring water. Gosh, there's so many things you can do for as conductive gels anymore. But yesterday, after I did the video, I talked to my husband, and he's like, your neck looks better. So, ladies, we know, and gentlemen, if your husbands notice, you're doing something right. So I'm just doing lateral moves on my neck, and I talked about this last video. I do that because my neck looks better when I just do sideways wraparound movements. Because this platysma, it inserts here, it comes all the way down, and goes into like the clavicle area, and it's thin. So if I go up and down, for whatever reason, it gets thick on me and my neck looks fatter, and I don't like that. I don't like a fatter neck. So I'll just do this. You can go sort of up here. And I tend to go faster. It beeps every 10 seconds. And I know I should be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should be doing this. I should. But I tend to be more of a reps girl. I'd rather do like 1,000 of these than wait. I know, it's crazy, right? Okay, moving on. And I showed this last time. I'm just using Genesis Moisturizing Mist, and then I'll chase it, or either do this before, which is just by brand. It's a mineral toner. And everybody knows, or you should know, or you know now, that minerals conduct. And so that's why do not try to use distilled water with microcurrent, because you're going to get a sucky result, because there's no minerals. All the minerals are sucked out of distilled water. Microcurrent does so much more than what it gets credit for in the beauty industry. If you look up frequency specific microcurrent, you will see that microcurrent does healing all over the body. We're not really allowed to talk about that as estheticians, but there are people doing all sorts of crazy stuff with microcurrent, healing macular degeneration and sprained ankles and opened wounds, and it just basically reestablishes the electrical circuitry around a wound and helps it heal faster. So it's doing so much more than we even know. And I was also thinking about all the stuff we do to our faces to make them look better. I mean, I was looking at all the tools I have back here. So we peel it, we flash it with light, we shock it with tiny currents, we shock it with big currents, like milliamps, like galvanic. We suck it up into tubes, cupping. We burn it. we poke needles into it. We vibrate it with sound, massage, and it's just crazy the stuff that we do to our skin to make it look better. And I know I've forgotten zillions of other. We implant it with polylactic acid masks. We implant it with masks that help it heal and look better. I had Botox on my forehead a couple weeks ago, so I'm doing microcurrent, but it's not gonna really do anything. You can do it there just for a little bit of, it gives it kind of an antioxidant effect, and the skin will look better, but you're not really gonna lift muscles if you have paralyzed them with Botox. So this is my favorite way of getting the cheeks, where I'll dig in and then go up, dig up under those levators, and then move up. And this will pop the cheeks back out. It's kind of one of my favorite little moves to do. And then the next move I'm going to do, I learned from Jane Mann, who is actually teaching, I think, the day after the Vegas show. But even if you're not a pro, you are going to love this move, because it pops out a little collection of muscles that may have been sleeping. So you're going to pinch right here and you'll be able to feel it. So is this here? I need to show you rather than tell you. So right here, I wish I had a side view. There's like a little collection of muscles, and you start squeezing that. It's up here. Start squeezing that and sort of pulling it down. And since the muscle's supposed to, every muscle's job is to pull from its point of origin or pull from its point of origin to insertion, right? So where it starts to where it ends, to pull, remain tense, so that we can walk and make facial expressions. So when you're pulling this down, it wants to snap back because its point of origin is up here. And then if you look at where this pulls, it's like this whole complex here. And so it's going to pull up on this cheek, and it will pop this ridge back out and make your face look more alive. And so I do this to a lot of my clients, and it feels weird, and so many people, they'll get very compacted, and this area will get just dehydrated from everyday facial expressions, and whoever massages themselves here. If you have the Anma, you probably do, but so I'm essentially pinching and moving down a little bit, trying to get up underneath that whole little complex. And then I will go in with microcurrent and seal it in. when you start doing your eyes with microcurrent, sometimes they can look really bad in the beginning, and I didn't do them yesterday. I'm kind of afraid to, because I don't want them to get all puffy. That's what happens when you have a hooded eye and microcurrent. But you can do your eyes, and with this you can go right on the eyelid. It doesn't snap or hurt in any way. Although for my eyes anymore, I have to do this a couple days straight before they'll look good, or they'll be saggy in the morning, because it's too much. I have to build this up, which I can't do right now because I have Botox, but I have to build up the frontalis muscles, and the frontalis opposing muscle is the eye muscle. Anyway, you want to build this up so that you lift the whole complex. Okay, so I hope that all made sense. Gather all your friends and let's do day 3 together. See you tomorrow.